Marathon prep begins today. 16 weeks, and I'm putting myself through it again. I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to training. Hit the intro. In 2024, I had the opportunity to run in the London Marathon. And even though I didn't get the sub 4-hour time that I trained for, it was an experience that I'll never forget. But now in 2025, I have the opportunity to run London again on the 27th of April. So I'm starting 16 weeks of training to get that sub 4-hour marathon. Welcome to the journey. If you had said to me back in high school, secondary school, that I would run a marathon, that I'd be training for a marathon, I would not have believed you at all. Because when I was a teenager, I hated running with a passion. I was very active, played football, played basketball, but when it came to long distance running, I was no good at it because I had asthma. But I made a decision in my life that I wasn't going to let my poor cardiovascular health stop me from running. So once I focused on the benefits of running, I stayed consistent with it. And the more consistent I was, the fitter I became and the better I felt physically and also mentally as well. So the name of the game is consistency and discipline in anything that you want to do in life. Calisthenics or body weight exercises is something that I love to do at least 2 to 3 times a week. I think foundationally, if you're able to lift your own weight, control your own body weight, it builds a beautiful foundation to lifting weights as well. For each exercise, I like to do 5 sets of 10 or sometimes 5 sets of 20. Other times I do 5 minutes, as many reps as possible for each exercise, even the burpees. So today I'll be doing a double running session today. I'll be doing an easy run for 30 minutes in the morning and in the afternoon doing some intervals. One thing that I wanted to do for this training block was to increase my mileage per week because I felt last year I didn't do enough mileage per week. In 2023, leading up to that training block, I was averaging anything between 30 to 40 miles per week. There were some weeks I would do 50 miles per week, but I decided, okay, let me decrease my mileage and follow this intermediate plan, which in hindsight was actually the wrong mistake because it kind of like took me back in my running development. And even though I'm happy with like the preparations, I love the discipline of the plan that I was following, it just didn't feel enough. And I didn't feel that it got me in the place that I needed to be for London last year. Doing double sessions not only helps you increase your mileage per week, but also will help you reduce your risk of injury. So having a run in the morning and then having a few hours break in between helps you body stay fresh enough for the next session. Now that session was harder than what I thought it would be. It's really tough to kind of stay with the paces, and probably give my performance in that session probably 5 out of 10. But that's what prep is all about. When you're training, you're never the finished article, so can't be disappointed. The main thing is that I got out there in the freezing cold and got the session done. So that's the main thing. Consistency, showing up for yourself. Weight training is something that I incorporated into my first block of marathon prep last year, but I didn't dedicate as much time as I should have done. Upper body strength is just as important as lower body strength, as you need strong arms, a strong core, and a strong back to maintain proper posture while you're running. When you're running 26.2 miles, fatigue sets in, and which leads to bad running form. I think after week 6 or 7 in my training block last year, there was no weight training at all in my plan. So I plan to continue doing weight training every single week up until about week 12. The one thing I've learned in life now is that everything starts with a decision, whether or not you're going to do it or not going to do it. And as hard as it gets, the more you practice, the easier it becomes. As hard as Tuesday's session was, it made this session feel so much easier. In the mornings, there's nothing like a hot ginger tea with key limes, cayenne pepper, and Himalayan salt. It warms the body up and is an electrolyte. It's 7:24 in the morning and I've got a easy run to do. And then a bit later on, I've got a fartlek run to do. Yeah, it wouldn't be so bad if I just had one run to do today, but just knowing that you've got to do two, and on top of that, it's -2 degrees Celsius out there. Really cold today. And we can't really let that be an excuse, because I'm just waking up out of bed and I'm thinking to myself, oh, it's so cold out there. Got to do 2 runs today, but the mentality's got to be, just do it. Just do it. It may be cold out there, but once you start running, you're not going to feel the cold. So that's what's on the agenda for today. Oh boy, I look forward to it. Okay, just going on this fartlek run. And the word fartlek comes from a Swedish word which means speed play. So just going to be going at different paces, and I have to give 90% effort up hills, which will be interesting. So I've chosen a particular route which is going to have quite a few hills. So yeah, look forward to this. Oh gosh, look at this hill here. Whew. Fucking hell, man. This ain't easy. The hills, which are on West Norwood, South Norwood, Crystal Palace area, are absolute killers. Whew. Look at that hill there. So that is week 1 of marathon prep completed. I've done about 37 miles of running. I'll put up some stats on the screen. But yeah, that was a tough week. I'm not really used to doing the double run sessions, but it's all about getting the body used to this type of intensity. And many times your body wants to give up, your mind wants to give up, but once you kind of push through that pain barrier, when your body's telling you and your mind's telling you to stop, when you just endure that pain, then your body gets used to it and says, well, he or she is not going to stop, so we better get used to it. But anyway, thank you for joining me for week 1 of marathon prep. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Peace.